welcome to God's 5 Minutes with Pastor Ed Wilson. Reach him at gods5minutes@gmail.com. Now, here's Ed Wilson with God's 5 Minutes.
Hello, friends. Part of the Christmas story is forever the Bethlehem Star. Favorite part of manger scenes around the country? Should be. It was an amazing event, and yet it's deeply shrouded in mystery. Now, here's Matthew's version of it. Jesus was born in Bethlehem of Judea in the days of Herod the king. Behold, there came wise men from the east to Jerusalem, saying, Where is he that is born King of the Jews? For we have seen his star in the east, and have come to worship him. Then Herod, when he had privily called the wise men, inquired of them diligently what time the star appeared. And he sent them to Bethlehem, and said, Go and search diligently for the young child, and when you have found him, bring me word that I may come and worship him also. When they heard the king, they departed, and lo, the star, which they saw in the east, went before them, till it came and stood over where the young child was. When they saw the star, they rejoiced with great joy. And when they had come into the house, they saw the young child with Mary his mother, and fell down and worshipped him. And when they'd opened their treasures, they presented him with gifts, gold and frankincense and myrrh. Why did these men come? Later, lepers would come to him for cleansing, blind people for sight, many to hear the messages of this young rabbi who understood and taught as no other. But none of these things were yet on display, nor could they be expected from a babe. We're told simply that somehow the wisdom, dare we say divine, inspiration from God himself, based on a star sighting, taught these learned travelers that one worthy to be worshipped had come to earth. There is nothing in the story of these Eastern men of science to cause us to think they came for any of these things: healing, teaching, miracles. They came to find, to see, especially to give. A few hours spent with a new mother and her infant, hand over the gifts, and these strangers were up on their camels and on their homeward journey. They came in through the front door of Israel and started a national commotion, and then, quietly and cautiously, slipped out through the back door to fade away into the mists of distant history. Their gifts were costly and unusual, but what did they receive for traveling so far to bestow them? Nothing at all, except a smile on a baby's face, and another from a grateful mother, and a warm handshake from the calloused hand of a carpenter called Joseph. They had endured a long, arduous journey across desert sands, and then departed to return to their home, taking with them nothing but memories. Commercially, their trip was a loss. Physically, the journey might have endangered their lives. Do you think they ever regretted going to Bethlehem? Probably not. The memory of that child in the arms of Mary had power to restore their youthfulness even when they were old. Could that star have been as visible to others as it was to these Eastern travelers? How explain that no one in Israel said anything to show us they even noticed it? Our nearest star, the sun, is 93 million miles away, all others far beyond that. The sun's burning brilliance floods every part of our planet during daylight hours and could never be used to guide to a particular village, much less could it travel before us and stand over a particular building. Even were a star with all its white-hot burning fire to rest above a building without burning it, it is not credible that such a phenomenon would not attract the attention of many who would investigate its location. My private theory is that the star is like the cloud that rested upon Moses' tabernacle, which was light to the Israelites but darkness to the enemies that sought them. Part of the reason I suspect this is because of the way God works with us today. He is still a star to those who seek to know and follow him, just as Jesus gave parables to the indifferent crowds, teaching that these things are concealed from the wise and prudent, yet revealed unto babes. So he also has a gentle, sure way of guiding his little sheep from earth to glory, while others about them completely fail to see the outline of the unseen hand that so often directs and ministers in our lives. Let him be your Bethlehem Star. Have you talked to him today?
You have been listening to God's 5 Minutes with Pastor Ed Wilson. Reach him by email at godsfive minutes@gmail.com. Tune in next time to hear more encouraging thoughts from God's Word on God's 5 Minutes with Pastor Ed Wilson.